Now, ladies and gentlemen, are CSGO/CS2 skins becoming too expensive? Both the way you ask the question but also answer it can come in many different ways. Is the market rising too fast? At what point do liquid skins and some stickers become too expensive, hit a point where new players, new investors, people coming to the game don't want to pay that price? The simple answer to this is yes, but also no. At the end of the day, it's just pixels. Today's video is a bunch of thoughts I've had in my mind about the current status of the CS market, things rising extremely quickly. With that happening, there's a chance, not guaranteed, not big, nor possibly small, that it could come down just as quickly. And I think it's something at least worth discussing. Today's video sponsor is Market.CSGO. Market.CSGO is a buying and selling marketplace for your skins, but most importantly, a peer-to-peer site. So the wait times in between trading, buying, or selling are as low as possible. The marketplace has over 100,000 trades a day, and even a built-in tab to find the best deals to make the most amount of profit possible. It also has a built-in client via download or Chrome to make trading very profitable, but most importantly, as safe as possible. Selling is as easy as the click of a button with extremely low fees, that of course being 5%. Definitely one of the best in its field and gives you an edge versus other competition. Once you sell an item, it goes directly to your balance. From there, you can choose to cash out with many different options, many more than other rival sites. Market.CSGO is one of the best of its competition. With its low selling fees, scam-proof client, and a large amount of cash out options, I can't recommend this site enough. If interested, it'll be the top of the link in the description below. So yesterday's video, I talked about what just happened to the CSGO market. If you're unfamiliar, it had another pump, and it was pretty big. Pretty much every fade knife, because it got recently buffed, some stickers got nerfed, those dropped in price, these newer items went up so much, and yes, ever since the trailers came out for CS2 and people had access, skins have been rising steadily but surely. And I asked a couple questions, especially to the community. At what point does it come unsustainable? I've gotten more comments and questions the past couple of months than I ever have before, asking what to buy, if they should sell, how CS is just becoming too expensive, they don't feel comfortable, it's too high of a buy-in, at least compared to what it was just a few months ago. With limited to no content for CSGO this past year, yes, CS2 was just announced, but long before that, we saw the player count but also investments rise. You have to ask, what if the market stops? Can it stop? What is the price for most items where most players are just not going to want to buy into? Will this be sustainable in the long run without a mass panic or slow decline? Ever since skins were first introduced in 2013 with the Arms Deal 2 update, they had a pricey start far above other microtransactions and other games in the market. That word sounds extremely outdated, but we have to put ourselves back in that time period. Going back 5 to 8 years ago, you see CSGO was a game, for me anyway, where I thought skins were not going to last very long. If they made another game, they wouldn't be tradable. The scene wasn't very big. Most games at the time don't really have the CS treatment, where devs do care about the skins and the money people spend in this game, because I'd say it's a big part of the scene now, a very big point. Let's firstly begin with what I mean by skins becoming too expensive, or really any tradable item inside CS. At what point does a buyer / average Joe or player doesn't watch a whole lot of YouTube, maybe watches a couple videos every month, stays in tune with the pro scene, but maybe they're considered an outsider, and just anyone for this matter, or for the majority of instances, especially right now with how expensive things are becoming, China. When will they pass on buying an item because that said item has reached a threshold that is just too high of a price to justify? An example of many, but it's still hard to explain, is the Op Dragon lore and gun gear situation right now. Both are extremely rare skins, but there's a huge difference. The Op Dragon lore has seen a $500 increase this past 6 months, and the Op Gun gear has seen a 2.5K. Sure, it's arguable that since it's more new, it could help that, but I don't think that's the case. This example shows that old but gold doesn't always mean it's going to go to the moon. Maybe it does, but not all the way. Number 2 is the audience for skins is changing. People nowadays have way higher expectations, including myself, with every operation, capsule, and case release. I personally just want the best for everybody. I want more detailed skins. With this new release of CS2, the making of skins can get really taken to the next level. Instead of 2D drawings, we can actually have 3D skins, which leads to many more possibilities such as weapon charms and a bunch else. An example of how expectations have changed. Let's just take the AK Vulcan for an example. If that were released today, I don't think many people would like it. Now, it is an old skin, goes very well with a lot of old and new stickers, very basic, also very expensive, but that's the thing, it's extremely basic. Rather, nowadays, we have things like the Ice Cold, somewhat similar, but also a Valorant weapon. The majority of players nowadays want a skin that pops, but not as much like the Living Color. I think that's most of us, in my opinion. I think until a weapon, a knife, a sticker, any tradable item, you kind of get the point, comes out with a new finish that's innovative, keeps up with the times, that's when older items will see a new future price wall. And that kind of goes back to the beginning of the video, where I think a lot of older items in the next couple of years that are extremely basic, not very much in demand, though it seems to be everything right now is in demand for CS. Doesn't matter if it's top of the list or if it's middle or bottom. People are still buying them up. The cheapest skins have been proven to be really successful. We'll use stickers as another example. Until CS2 came out, Cato 15 was kind of stuck. Sure, it had some ups and downs throughout the past couple of years, but it hit that wall exactly. It was pretty rare, very low in quantity. It was different, but it was mainly expensive for one, the unique holo effects, some of the teams, but mainly the name itself, that of course being Katowice. Until Stockholm and Antwerp came around, it continued to rise. We got brand new, transparent, cool looking stickers that had new effects, different teams, but a very familiar territory to Katowice 2014 and 15. As you can see, it doesn't mean these older items are going to drop. It just means they're not going to be as much in demand. This is just a main example. There's many of them out there. So as you can see, it's with most items. If it's a skin or sticker, it has its differences, but for the most part, it's the same core reasons why they won't go up or be delayed going up, if that makes any sense. Now, my predictions for the CS market for the next couple of years are going to be interesting. I think personally, CS2 is going to release. It's going to be pretty good. We're probably going to get an operation, maybe some new events. The devs have been talking to the community a whole lot more, which is something I've begged and asked Valve for this past couple of years, at least on my YouTube channel. But at one point or another, you'll reach a new all-time high. At some point, you have to come down. You can't be in the green and continue to go up forever. It's just really a matter of when. I think it's safe to say we're never going to go back to the player count where it was back in 2018, where it was dangerously low, the 300,000 to 500,000 average that we had every day. NACS was pretty much on a decline and still is right now. It's pretty much done for the pro scene anyway, but I'd like to say the new average is probably going to be 800,000 to 1 million, which is extremely good, especially for a game that's 10 years old and a 20-year-old franchise. When that becomes the new norm, players are going to leave. Things are going to eventually drop. But until then, I think we're going to see skins continue to rise. When that's going to happen, I'm not 100% sure, but eventually it will. Let me know what you guys think down below. I know this might have been a little bit of a controversial video, but it's just been something on my mind that I've had to get out. I've definitely had this vibe, this feeling that skins are just hitting that new high and becoming extremely expensive. I mean, I'm even seeing it myself. Before I started YouTube, give this as an example, knives were really never proven to be the best investment. Sure, they rose, they had their highs, their profits throughout the year, but they were nothing compared to right now, and really the past couple of years. I started a series, the best cheap knives for a certain budget, ranging from $100 to $600. I've had to redo that series this past year around 5 different times. Now, reasoning for that is those $100, $200 knives that I made a year and a half, 2 years ago are in that $500 to $600 category now. They're rising extremely quick. And with this announcement of CS2, for a lot of instances, items spiked up as much and as fast as it did in that 2-year time just in the past few months. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Love to hear what you guys' thoughts are down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.